Hello, Devnexus. I'm Melissa McKay with JFrog. I'm the head of developer relations there, and I'm here with Viktor Gamov.
Hello, everyone. Victor's here.
Awesome. Victor, you have a talk coming up.
Yes.
What's the title?
A title is rather mouthful, but essentially it's idea of real-time analytics and bringing the real-time insights into user-facing features. So how the stuff that your company does, everyone doing some data things in their businesses, and how they can bring those insights almost instantaneous for consumption for external users of the application or turn them into application features. Using the Apache Pinot is one of the drivers of this system, and how the Apache Pinot allows to bring these things into the world of real-time analytics.
Real-time analytics.
Yeah.
It sounds complicated.
Yes, it is.
I expect if I would go to your talk, we learn a lot about how that works and use cases.
Yeah, one of the use cases that I like to break down, and it's a pizza shop.
Okay.
People building a application that allows them to track how good their pizza business is performing.
Okay.
And more and more businesses that transform the way how the data flows in a more kind of like a event-driven style. Order happened, there's event fired. How we can immediately use information from this event, like how many items of product the people ordered, what was the price, what would be our immediate kind of like a revenue impact for this particular order. We have multiple orders that happen within the minutes and a second, and how we can get those information immediately in front of people who are responsible to making some sort of decisions.
Okay.
I'll give you example. Say like you sitting here at night preparing for your talk, and you get hungry.
This happens.
Yeah,
often.
room service is not available. They closed, and you go in for Uber Eats. And what the Uber Eats will do for you, first of all, it will give you idea of the area. So in this case, it's a dimension that will give you kind of like location. It's one of the dimensions that you need to query the system.
Okay.
Give you information about the restaurants. Give you information how the busy restaurants and what's the ETA to deliver this data for you. So this is an example of user-facing analytics that you as a user, not the decision maker that's sitting there writing reports. You as a user, you want to get this data. How the Uber knows this? They monitor how the drivers are doing. They monitoring information how the restaurants are serving orders. So those things happen in the real time. And in order to show this information to their users, so the users will make a decision where I want to get my burger from.
Okay.
This is the real time comes into play, because it affects you in the real time. You don't really care, like if yesterday they will send you a report. You know what? That restaurant that you were browsing were serving the burgers to your hotel in 20 minutes. You don't really need this information anymore. It's obsolete. It's stale.
Right.
You want to have a fresh information, and that's what the Pinot actually drives one of the use cases inside the Uber. They also have this application that they expose for businesses, because Uber, it's not only consumer application, it connects with the businesses. They have this called a restaurant manager application that essentially gives you idea how many orders Uber Eats processed in your restaurant, what's your impact on your revenue. So I'll try to replicate this in my demo to show that, hey, that's a pizza shop, super exaggerated, that serves like million orders of pizza in a matter of seconds, and all cool technologies like Kafka is there. I use like a MySQL as example how we can bring kind of like a historically like a catalog data from your operational store. We use Kafka as a kind of event store, and we're joining these two kind of offline in the real-time tables to get insight to the things. We use Kafka streams and Quarkus to do real-time joining of these two streams before it will be ingested in the Pinot. Even though Pinot supports joins as a concept between different tables, we recommend to do any type of like a a logic that requires you to pre-aggregate or pre-join some of the things outside of the Pinot, that would be more efficient because once the data will be ingested, you want to get this data as soon as possible
Yeah.
available for querying.
That makes sense. I
Yeah.
can understand that now. More now that you've
Yes.
explained it. The real-time
Great,
part of
yes.
it, like why
Please-
that's useful.
Please tell to my boss that I
Yes.
can explain the real-time knowledge
Yes.
to people.
Victor is excellent at explaining this. I think, yeah, focusing on that use case, like why you would want to do this, that's how I learn.
Yes.
I want to have a reason.
Yes.
A reason to learn and why, and you explain that perfectly. And my first thought actually was like traffic patterns.
Yeah.
Like when I'm a driver and I just want to get somewhere. For example, I had the pleasure of seeing the eclipse. I was in the path of totality.
Nice.
Well, getting on the road after that was crazy, right?
Yeah.
So it was really nice to be able to get data immediately, and I imagine a
Yeah.
similar function.
Yeah, so Pinot also
yeah.
supports, we do have all sorts of different indexes for the data, and the geospatial index is also available. So Pinot also can sort like analytical queries on top of the data that would be geographical data. So if some of the real-time information about the traffic situation will be shipped into Pinot, so you will be able to query this and see in which area
Right.
certain things would be. What's the conjunction? Not conjunction. What's the scientific name for traffic jam?
Oh, congestion.
Yes,
Yeah.
English is second language. It's okay. Yeah. So like you can see like areas of congestion.
Yeah.
You can even have like some sort of like a heat maps.
Yep.
You using you write this query. You not to feed this in somewhere like Apache Superset, which is an open source solution for building dashboards and visualization things. And heat map is one of the things that you can use to show, hey, this is the map.
Yeah.
This is a lot of people are hanging out here. A lot of people are here, so you can use this type of combination with the Pinot to query and Apache Superset to build this dashboard.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That immediate data. So here's another one, and I wonder if maybe some help could come from your session. We need to be able to predict weather a little bit better.
Yes.
So if we need data, we need weather like right now. Like what's happening right now? Do I need my jacket right now when I leave the
So
hotel?
as soon as we get the information about like I like the JetBrains. They did this live stream about like Kotlin, and they use this like the framework called data frames.
Okay.
But they use the data frames to look into historical data.
Ah.
On prediction side of things, I think one of my colleagues, like former colleagues, he wrote the blog post about detecting like weather patterns and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
if you are interested in this type of jazz, look it up. It's kind of like a building weather prediction with Apache Pinot and the Star Trek Cloud. So
Awesome.
it's
a
there.
difficult problem to solve,
yes.
so
Oh, yes.
any tool like Pinot would be helpful.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
sure.
Yes.
Well, is this your first time at Devnexus?
No, it is
Yeah.
my. Sheesh. I don't know. Maybe it's 10th.
So you're a seasoned veteran here.
Yeah, I love this. I think it's one of the best developer shows in the US these days.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
like a Java one is not anymore. There's some events like a KubeCon. They're like a very kind of like industry specific.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
something where multiple developers can learn not only Java, not only there's like
Right.
JavaScript talks, there's like data talks, DevOps talks.
Yeah.
I love Devnexus. Devnexus is great, and I love how it grows. I like to see it. It's always kind of like very warm to return.
Yes.
Because so many people also getting back here, friends and the colleagues and
From all over the world.
For all over the world, exactly. And unfortunately, I missed the Java Champions Summit yesterday because I was helping my friend to set up his Build Propulsion Lab live stream.
Oh, right.
So
right.
yeah, and also there was like a JUG Leaders Summit. So
Yep, that was
it's
yesterday
not only
morning.
for developers, but also for people who help him to build these communities, people who kind of like spending their time
Yeah.
to educate, to help, to elevate others.
Yes.
It is admirable that these organizers also acknowledge this and help people to exchange ideas
Mm-hmm.
and share knowledge about how they run their meetups, how they run their the events like user groups and stuff like that. So it's
Yeah.
that's DevNexus is much more than just a conference. For
Yes,
me,
you
these
hit.
days, it's a much
Yeah,
more.
you hit on that point perfectly. It's historically a Java conference, but one reason I love the Java conferences is the community,
Yes.
for one, and obviously there's a lot more happening here than only Java.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, lots of different tracks, lots of different developers. I've met a few already who are like, I'm not sure if I should be here. I'm not really a Java developer. I'm like, but there's this that I'm learning. There's that
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
There's all of these sessions that I want to go to, and
Yeah.
they're in the right place. I assure them
Exactly.
they are exactly in the right place.
Yeah.
So yeah, the conference organizers have done an amazing job every year putting this on. So I've been really impressed with this conference. Well, Victor, it was a pleasure speaking
Yes,
with you.
it's,
Any last
absolutely pleasure.
words for our audience? Any?
Yes, if you happen to be in the Nexus, my talk is today, April 10th. 10th? Already at 10th. Wow,
Yeah.
time flies.
Time flies.
Around like 2:30. So come to learn about Apache Pinot and how we can build real-time insights, real-time dashboards for supporting your business. So
Excellent. Thank you,
thank you so
Victor.
much for having me, Melissa.
Of course.